Okay, welcome to OH-HighYo podcast. I'm the Ebony Hempres, and we have my co-host Will here, of course, over here. And today we have a true visionary as a guest in the cannabis space, a creative force, an advocate, and a leader who's using fashion, education, and community to shift the culture. He's the co-founder of Pothead Genius, a bold and unapologetic lifestyle brand that challenges stigma and uplifts voices often left out of the cannabis conversation. Alongside his sister Ashley, he's building something much bigger than a brand. They're building a movement, from launching Justice Vapes to organizing the annual Peaceful Block Party to laying the groundwork for the Genius Flower Foundation. He's on a mission to heal communities, celebrate freedom, and fight for justice. Hailing right here in Cincinnati, please help us welcome to the OH-HighYo podcast, Joshua Harp, the Pothead Genius himself.
Thank you so much, man. How y'all doing?
What's
Appreciate
going
that.
on? What's going
You
on?
both. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? For real, I
Whew,
appreciate that introduction. Thank y'all for
of
the
course.
flowers, man. It's a pleasure to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate what y'all doing for the community. You know what I'm saying? Flowers right back at y'all. Looking forward to having this dope conversation.
Wonderful. Thank you again. And so, just to start out, we always have to ask, just as a first and foremost question, do you use cannabis? Why or why not?
Yes, I use cannabis for medical reasons. It helps me. I was on Adderall very young age. That's why I turned to cannabis. So once I figured out that the cannabis can heal me the same as that, I've been using it ever since. You know what I'm saying? It's not always been a positive journey, because I started so young, but I've
Mm-hmm.
built a movement and a brand to turn into a positive journey. So yes, medical benefits only, and it helps me with my daily life.
Okay, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
let's get into it. What sparked the idea for Pothead Genius, and what did that conversation with your sister Ashley sound like?
Man, oh man. So the idea behind Pothead Genius, to go back to it, it wasn't always a positive story. So with me smoking weed at such a young age, I was getting a lot of blowback. My mom, from my grandma, just the whole community, just weed was like crack. You know what I'm saying? So me coming in and I'm just this weed head and I'm just like, this what I'm on, but I'm young, but I'm owning it though. I'm owning who I am. So, I was also known for being a very fly guy. So, I told my sister, I called my sister, she was in college. My sister is like my best friend. I call her for everything I go through, good and bad. I called my sister, I'm like, look, man, I want to start this brand. I want to call it Pothead Genius. But we got to let the world know that the government is lying to us about weed. You know what I'm saying? This is the most peacefulest thing. We gotta go with this. So that was the conversation. To just put it in a nutshell, it was just a rebellious movement of me just going at the world, unapologetically, like you lying to me. This plan is helping me. The people around me don't understand it, but I do. So I'm gonna go on this mission, and that's what Pioneer Genius is, and that's what it was birthed for real,
Wow, that is
for real,
beautiful. I
for
love
real.
that.
Yes, yes, for
That's
real. So
amazing.
straight mission for
Okay.
real.
So the name Pothead Genius, so literally you just basically explain that is
Yep, yep.
basically
And yeah, so
because
people don't
people
really
see you
know,
as a
like,
pothead.
yep. So you see the brain in the middle of
It's
it.
right there. Yep,
You know
Yes,
what I'm
it's all
saying?
right there.
Brain is
I
in the
love
middle of it. So
that.
like I tell people, the plant stimulates the mind. You know what I'm saying? And the brain is the most important part of that logo. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would ever think to put pothead with genius. They always try to play us like, our intellectual wasn't always there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it just hit me like, hold on, I'm a smart guy
for
and I
sure.
love the plant. and it sparks me. You know what I'm saying? It sparks creativity. It makes me a
It
better
does.
father, makes me a better son, my anxiety, all that, so I'm just, I'm just a walking advertisement for that plant, for real.
I can definitely relate. So tell me, I can definitely relate for sure. Because I just feel like cannabis, it really does like light a fire in people. It
Like,
inspires
for real,
people.
that
So,
you don't know
and
is there.
especially in a time like this where it's so stigmatized, we're put in positions where we have to speak for the plant, you know what I mean? Because it can't speak up for
Yeah,
itself and
it
it's been
can't.
demonized.
Yeah, it can't. It's crazy that we still got to speak up, but we do. And that's
Yes.
why, the progress is, y'all having shows like this now where we can really get our voices out there on our own independently. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is dope. For real, for real. Like that's one thing I do
Yes.
like about where the culture is going. Like we got voices now. It's on us to use them. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. That's what social media did for us in our generation. They ain't had that
It
back in the
really
day.
did.
They really had to get out there and fight with the police and this and that. We can really, what I'm saying, make an impact
Yeah,
through this
yeah.
internet.
So
For
much more
real.
access. And that's why it's important for people like you to share share your story and your mission. And it's
Yes.
important for us to educate people so that we can change the conversation. So tell
Nah,
me, how did growing up in Evanston, being raised by your mother, influence your path into entrepreneurship and activism?
man. So being raised in Evanston, I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably like, I'm probably like, I'm definitely from the hood, but I would say like I was always the oddball out. You know what I'm saying? Because where I'm from, like they ain't really taught to believe in themselves. And you know what I'm saying? Growing up with my mom, like I was taught that from jump. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was taught to believe in who I am and what I am. And she probably ain't think I was gonna grow up and be a extreme, professional weed head and cannabis advocate. But like I said, I turned into a positive. But yeah, my mom, she's a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like if anybody knows, like she's a leader. She owns the room. You know what I'm saying? And she's very, very passionate about what she does. So she that I mean I know people can see that in what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I take it serious. Like I take it very, very serious. Like you said, the education of the plant and just the lifestyle and just letting people know like how positive it impacted me. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. Like they can give me Adderall, which is equivalent to meth. And I ain't knocking that, but I'm eight, I'm in the second grade. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
still don't got the research to know what effect that had on my brain. I don't even got the rights to do that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to me. Like, but if I blaze up a blunt with the scientific proof that it helped me, I can end up like getting a ticket. You know what I'm saying? If I push it to the max and want to share it, I can end up with a case. Feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's like they gave me Adderall from second grade to I'm almost high school. You know what I'm saying? Because of miseducating my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's my mom, like she had a heavy influence on what I do. Like I said, she a leader, and it shows in my work. And growing up in Evanston, is I always stood out because I believed in myself, and like the government, the hood is targeted, and it's not often
Yeah.
taught to believe in yourself. Where I'm from, for real. Nah, for real. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. Real. So
It's
I
just
went through
sad.
things.
It's sad when I hear about stuff like that, like children
Yeah, nah,
not
Yeah.
being
and
taught
and
to
that's where I'm at right
believe
now. I'm
Yeah.
in.
still in Evanston. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Evanston right now doing this interview, and like I'm just the inspiration. That's all I want to be, and I never let it change me. That you just go through things trying to be different in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like you just go through
Yeah.
things. So I took what it came with, and people more understand the vision now and how I see things and where I'm trying to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't just about selling no weed. I'm really like trying to educate and save my race. You know what I'm saying? Cause
Yeah.
like this is like the last product that we can get a hold of where we can close the wealth gap. You know, a lot of
Yes.
people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to
Yeah.
smoke, throw it at home, this and that. But like our race really been left behind. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's really a freedom fight for me. And like I said, man, I just feel my mama coming out of me with the passion. For real, it's really a freedom fight for me. Like for real. And the clothes is cool, and that sparks the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And people talk to me and they get it. You know what I'm saying? Like
For
it's bigger
sure.
than the drip, for real.
So, all right. So, if it's bigger than the drip, let me ask you this: it sounds like it's more than the brand, right? It's basically a message. It's like a message you're
Yes,
trying to
sir.
put out. If I break it down to bare bones, core branding, what is the core mission for everything that we're talking about here?
The core mission is to get high, get inspired. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. Get high, get inspired. You know what I'm saying? That's where we started at. We used to put that in all our clothes. You know what I'm saying? You got to tap in with the medicine. You know what I'm saying? Kids should have access to this. If they can
Hmm.
get Adderall and Ritalin, they should be able to get cannabis in certain form. Cannabis should be available like any other Tylenol, anything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So get high, get inspired, for real, for real. You know what I'm
I
saying? And I
feel
say
that.
that
I feel
in
that.
the most modest way, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't learn like were we getting high or were we medicating? You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
it's just for real. So for real, for real. Get high, get inspired.
So, speaking of a person who has ADHD, like me smoking, it does like regulate me on a regular. Like I'm pretty chill
Yeah,
once I'm actually, you know, hooked up and ready to go. So it helps a lot,
yeah.
man. It does. It
If
does.
you feel that spark.
Yeah, you do. You do. Let me see. Justice Vapes is one of your more impactful releases. How did that come to life, and what is your deeper message behind this program?
Okay, so Justice Vapes came alive. Well, like when the cannabis industry first started, it was real small. Like it was like Bill Williams, the owner of Bentley's. Me and him connected early in my cannabis career. So, throughout that cannabis career, I end up getting incarcerated for making my own weed lemonade. You know what I'm saying? So, when
Dang.
I told my sister, when I came home from the joint, I wanted to link with Bill and Broderick. We talked about this, Bill and Broderick, and come out with my own products and, and inspire, what I'm saying, legally, just turning like a negative into a positive, just not letting nothing stop me. So yeah, that's where Justice Vape came from. Went to jail for making my own concentrates. I was charged for like they charged me for like 9 pounds of hash. I was looking at like felony one, same charges people get for murders. I was looking at
Wow.
for making my own weed juice. You feel me? This all facts. You know what I'm saying? This all facts on record. But yeah, I was looking at felony ones, felony twos, 2 to 8 years. 8 years max is what I could have got for making my own weed lemonade. And you see that everywhere now. You see
Dang.
that everywhere. You see that everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really took the journey. You know what I'm saying? But this was what had to happen back then, and what this is what had to happen. I can't change, what the laws was and what was going on. But yeah, that's what inspired it, man. Me just like, all right, how do I come up with this legally? Oh, I got good friends, Bill, Roderick, they stood behind me with a felony as a felon. You know what I mean? After I got my record expunged, we came out with the products and they hit shelves. So the deeper message and why I named it Justice and not about Pothead Genius. I could have easily named them Pothead Vapes or Josh Harp Vapes or anything like that. Why I named it Justice is because I wanted to get a voice to the voiceless. And when they seen these products, I wanted people to think about all the people that's still in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's still in jail while we cranking. You know what I'm saying? Why we getting this money? Why we counting these M's? Is people still sitting on them racks, got to eat out of microwaves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's exactly why, man, for sure,
I feel it. I feel it.
for real.
So The stigma. Yeah, it seems you talk about a lot about it. What is your biggest misconception, and what do you think people really don't know about cannabis, or or its cannabis users?
That we peaceful, that we peaceful, that we
Yes.
just peaceful. Like we just some peaceful people. Smell
Facts.
of weed
I
is not me. I'm a
you
thug. I'm
because
a
when
gangster.
you say that, like, there's a certain calm, and I know you felt it too. When you say, "Hey, bro, we just peaceful," you just take a deep breath, and you're just like, "Yeah, that's facts."
You know what I'm
Like that's
saying?
all we want.
That's it. That's all we want. Like we just peaceful, man. And that's why we named the block party the peaceful block party. You know what I'm saying? Because when you bring cannabis is the biggest unifier. Like I tell people that, like, and being on at this house, like when we started Pothead Genius, we had no shirts. We just had a website. We woke up one day here and we had an order from Hawaii. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm like, damn, this plant. It's the plant. It unifies, it connects the dots, and it brings us peace. So that's just the biggest stigma I want to put out there to all the politicians trying to figure out how y'all can score and do this and do that with the plant. We just trying to find peace. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to find peace. Y'all. That's it. That's all I want y'all to understand. For real. And just stop making cannabis dangerous. For real.
Yeah.
So it's important. So it's like, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Social injustice and like making sure you're putting your brand out there, but a little bit of working in those reform areas. Is that
Yeah.
important to making sure it's in your branding as well? Do you feel like it's
Yeah.
important to have it in your branding?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I've been in the game like I guess about 12, 13 years. And in the beginning, I had to grow into really understanding that because like I said, I was such a rebel. You know what I'm saying? I'm such a rebel. I'm like, man, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm going this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna get there because I'm believing in myself. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But as I understood, like it's important for me to highlight the reform and educating people on that because that's what's going on. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smoking weed is cool. I love session and doing all that, but what's going on Capitol Hill is what's affecting our lives. You feel what I'm saying? So I had to really start taking that more seriously. You know what I'm saying? As I progress in this cannabis space. I mean, because just to be quite frank, like it's just hard for a black man in legal cannabis. I ain't asking for no pity party or nothing like that. But those spaces are just full of Europeans. You feel me? Like, so it's just hard. And I know some good brothers, like, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just hard to get into those spaces. But I didn't learn to be more comfortable and just be myself. But yeah, the reform is the most important, man. Reform and education. And, Ali Reeves taught me that, you know what I'm saying, for real. Ali Reeves, my brother Mastermind, you feel me what I'm saying? I'm like my OGs.
Yeah.
I was just lucky, to be taken up under some of their wings and just really being able to bump my head and they like, nah, Josh, you got to do it this way. You know what I mean? Nah, Josh, you can't be doing this. You got, this, that. So yeah, man, reform is the most important thing in educating our people because that's where we get left out at, for real.
Hey, you, Brahma. So we're gonna move on. We're going to the next segment, which is community and culture.
Okay,
Bree, did you want to ask this, or you want me to ask?
No, I can take these.
You want? Okay, go ahead.
Unless you
let's
were
get
you
it.
supposed to? I'm sorry.
No. I think it was you.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Well, you've created a powerful platform through events like the Peaceful Block Party, like you mentioned. What inspired you to create that, and what's the vision for it in the future?
Good question.
Man, that's a great question.
Great
So,
question. Yeah.
we've been we had our first brick and mortar probably like, man, I want to say 2016, 2017 on the street that we do the peaceful block party on. So we used to throw underground cannabis events. Like that's what we was known for. Like we would shut our store doors, lock it. You come in, we have a public paints, you can blow, but it's members only private. So you're not gonna get nowhere like that. You know what I mean? You gotta go legit. So the peaceful block party was birthed. You know what I'm saying? The peaceful block party was birthed, and we just wanted to create a safe place for people like us, like you and I. You know what I'm saying? Just a safe place, just like let's just all come together, and it's just been a successful thing. It started off, I don't know if people familiar with Sheba Hut Toasted Subs. They like a big sub chain. It's like a cannabis themed Subway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, they was our partners. It was just crazy. But it's just really a cultural event, and it's real community based. And the vision for it in the future, is just to like try to keep it as authentic as possible. You feel me? With the way
Okay.
cannabis is being commercialized and the way it's going, just trying to keep it authentic as possible, and just keeping that real feel about it, because even though education is very important about cannabis, sometimes just relaxing and talking to people and just enjoying your medicine without so
Yes,
much, intensity. We gotta have days like that too. You know what I'm saying?
for
So yeah,
sure.
that's what the peaceful block party is, and that's where I just really want to focus on keeping it real and authentic. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like one of the only events that's policed, and you coming there to blow, like you coming there to enjoy the plant to the maximum. So I appreciate the Cincinnati Police Department for respecting the culture. You know what I'm saying? And because by law it's up to the officer to choose what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So they've been letting us do our thing up there the last 3 years. So yeah, that's just my thing. I just want to focus on just keeping it safe and keeping it authentic for real.
I love
I'm a
that.
fan.
That
I
sounds
want to
so
go.
lit. I need to make it to
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
these.
yeah. I
Nah,
want to
for
go.
real, y'all gotta come, man. It'd be crazy. Like we sell out. There's so many restaurants on there. We sell out at all the food every year. You feel me? Every
Wow.
year, no chicken left on the block, for real. No
That's what's up.
pizza, no nothing. It's crazy, crazy work. And it's kid friendly. You know what I mean? Because we gotta break the stigma with the kids. And for me, being in the second grade, taking drugs, that's big for me. You feel me? I don't really, and I know I got ways to go, but I gotta speak on it now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta speak on that now, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
Yeah.
be maybe not in our lifetime before they do their research, but I just want to know, like, we got to break the stigma with the kids and the youth. And I just want to shout out my nonprofit for a second. We had our first couple events with the at risk of youth and cannabis this year. Just talking to parents and just about just talking to your kids, like they getting, just talk to them about weed. It's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's just break this stigma, man, and that's major for me. I mean, I went off topic, but for
No.
real. It's my
No, you're
advocacy. That's my
good.
No, that's
advocacy, for
real. That's
real.
real.
For
That's real.
real,
That's
for
real.
real.
Yeah, that is
We
real and
gotta
it's
break that
important
stigma. For
for sure.
real.
It definitely starts at home.
Yeah, start
So,
at home. Start at
yeah.
home. Yeah, for real.
So, you also launched a week with cannabis education. What were some key takeaways from the response, and how do you plan to keep educating?
Man, the key takeaways from the response, I inspired a lot of people. Feel what I'm saying? I inspire a lot of people. I wear a lot of different hats, man. So, you never know what you're gonna see me doing. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, my mom, she in education, so I know I made her proud. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she like my biggest fan. You feel me? She like my biggest
Oh,
fan. So I like making her proud. You feel me? I like making her proud.
nice.
Cause being on the black market in cannabis, I always ain't make her proud. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like I always went ain't make her proud in the
yeah,
cannabis space. I had to go through and get to this point. So, and to plan on keep educating, I plan on, moving more with my nonprofit, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to connect the dots and just keep being bold. You know what I'm saying? And just keep being bold. That's really like, what I want to do. Just keep being bold and just changing the face of what safe cannabis looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Just changing the and just keeping it positive for real, and just keep Just keep being in the community. That's how you educate. You got to go where the people at. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to meet the
For
people where
sure.
they at, and they in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They in the streets. They at events. That's why you see me everywhere. You feel me? I'm everywhere. Like, cause that's where the people at. So you got to be out here with the people, and that's what I plan on doing. I keep connected with the people and staying out here for real, for real.
You feel
I
it?
love that you say that because that is something that I found was lacking from like the cannabis industry like events. They're lacking the community, they're
They
not
lack in
reaching
the
the
community,
community.
and this is what I've been telling anybody you talk to. You could tell Bill, Broderick, Allie. I've been telling them that since I got in the space. It's like y'all want people to come, but it's like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. I love the education. I love the B2B, but this is a plant that come from the ground. Feel what I'm saying? Like, we
Mm-hmm.
can't lose sight of that. So it gotta be incorporated some way. You get what I'm saying? Like, gotta be. And shout out to Ohio. I know it's an infinite stage. I know we done made a lot of progress, but we gotta incorporate the community. And the community is not just legal cannabis and people who can afford licenses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we gotta understand that. Like, we kudos to y'all. I get that. You feel what I'm saying? But it ain't just y'all. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
ain't just y'all. You feel me? It's us too. It's us too, and we the backbone. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of
Exactly.
hey, we the backbones of the community. I ain't gonna go deep. I ain't on all that, but
No, I feel
for
you.
real. Hey,
Ready, fire off, bro.
I feel you for sure. I feel like that's part of what we're trying to do is bridge that gap,
We are.
just
and
like you
that's
Yeah,
what
are.
I'm saying.
So,
yeah. No,
And that's
no.
why I
We.
like that. And to speak on, your work that you did with the Ohio Classic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was the most community driven event I'd have been to. Like, it had everything. You feel me? Everything. You flowed through there. All right. Boom. I'm sitting listening to a seminar. Boom. I'm on the course. Boom, it's jumping over here. You feel me? That's what you want. Man, take
yeah,
notes, man. They gotta take notes. Y'all did y'all thing with that. You know
that's
what I'm
nice.
saying? For real.
Thank
Cause I'm
you.
highly critical of
Appreciate
those
it.
events. Feel me? Because they got the bag to just throw around. You feel me? We out here grinding. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So make it fun for us. You feel me?
facts.
Hey, come on, man. Ain't trying to be falling asleep. I'm
Hey,
stoned in this.
right. We all was. We was all
Right. Hey.
fried
Like, if that one interactive, you feel me?
inside and out. The sun was frying us, and we was high.
Yeah, like, for
It was a good
real.
day though. It really was. It was a great
It
day.
was
Like
nice
everybody
Yeah,
though.
was a
it's a
vibe.
great
So
day.
It
Real,
was lit.
man. So I'm looking forward to more events like that. For real.
Me
cool.
too. We're gonna switch it up, and I'm actually gonna do my segment now.
All right, bet.
There it is. There it is.
Thank you so much for coming to the Hempers house today, where we
Thank
take a
you.
moment to be mindful and reflect and just have gratitude for our personal connection with cannabis.
Man.
So, I know you already mentioned that you use cannabis medicinally. So, I'm going to skip my first question because you already answered
Okay.
it. But I do have another question I like to ask everyone because you always get just like a very unique and beautiful response. But if you
Yeah.
can imagine cannabis, the plant, being a divine expression of God, essentially, Mother Nature in the flesh,
Yeah.
and trying to bring some words of wisdom to us through you, what do you feel is the message?
Believe in yourself. That's what I'm here for. To inspire people to believe in yourself and be you. Like, they try to tell us what a genius was, that you need to make all A's, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm redefining that. You feel me? You a genius for whatever you can get up and do, whatever you can get up and do positively. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you can do, wherever your mind can reach. You know what I'm saying? Where it's progressive to your lifestyle, and you can get up and do that. That make you a genius, man. So just believe in yourself, and at your lowest. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, you who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you have a purpose. So that's what I'm here
Yeah,
for. And
that's
go,
everybody's message when it comes to this grind, when it comes to this weed thing and the entrepreneurships that
yeah,
everybody have been pushing, because
yeah,
it's like, even as creators, as us as media folk, in our separate lanes, we're all working
yeah,
hard. I do a lot of film work.
yeah.
Bree's out
It's
here
tough.
working her little table. She be out there
Yeah,
at her
it's
table
tough.
presenting
Like
her
it
stuff.
get tough,
So
and
like
you really
like like
gotta.
it just it's a true grind. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And like I
intense,
I
bro.
appreciate it. I do.
Yeah, it's intense, bro. Like you gotta like believe in yourself. Like people would. I can't wait to tell the stories. Like I done told y'all some of them, but man, you know what I'm saying. Like, but like if I wouldn't have started Pothead Genius, I wouldn't be right here talking to y'all. And every time I get to a new level, I'll be like, damn, if I wouldn't have started, you get what I'm saying? If I wouldn't have, you feel what I'm saying? So you gotta believe in yourself. I wouldn't have been on the golf course smoking weed if I wouldn't have started Pothead Genius. You feel me? Like for real.
Facts.
Like you know what I'm saying? Y'all
Facts.
wouldn't know who I am. So just believe in yourself for real.
That is very important. That's a really important message because I feel like believing in yourself really is the fuel that takes you.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know what I mean? Because really, the only thing that can limit you is yourself. So that's a really
Yeah,
important.
for
I
real.
appreciate you. I appreciate you
Nah,
sharing
it's love.
that.
I appreciate y'all for real, man. Appreciate y'all for having
That
me.
was
For real.
beautiful. So this is we're moving into like an open-ended conversational space, which is
Okay.
kind of new for us. Really, we can kind of just chat about anything that we've talked about thus far, or anything that you would like to share, or something we want to expound on. Will.
I see you super passionate about your branding and your career, and it seems like your branding puts itself off very energetically like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I do like the little touch of
Yes,
the
sir.
emblem where it has the brain in the middle, because hey, it's not the biggest focal point of the emblem, but it's the most
Yeah,
important part of the emblem. And that's the reason why you need to pay attention to it, which causes you to kind of really be like, all
exactly.
right, cool. It draws you in. So me personally, I think it's great branding. And I'm really proud of what you're doing, because there's not a lot of people out there trying to reach out to, here in the state anyway, here in Kentucky, like
Nah,
trying
for
to
sure.
teach the advocacy and teach everybody what's going on right now. Like I said, we're fresh, we're brand new, but to watch it kind of in action and to learn from it, it really helps those who are really trying to mobilize here in the state.
Nah, for real, man. So yeah, I appreciate that, bro. And I hope I can collab with y'all in the future and we could do something together. Unify the people, We gotta use our voices. We gotta use our platform.
Yes.
We stronger together. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For real, for real.
Welcome back. Check it
Yes,
out. We're gonna
sir.
move on to my segment here. I'm gonna ask you some nerdy stuff. If you look
Will's
behind me, you can
corner.
Bet.
see
That's
this
cool.
is Will's Corner, the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame of toys. As you see, it stretches across, but we just have a section today.
That's hard.
So I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite superhero, man?
Favorite superhero?
What or
Man,
who?
what or who? I'm gonna have to go with Static Shock.
Static Shock. That's a
Yeah.
that's that's a different pick.
That
Okay.
show my age, don't it? My bad.
No, I don't show you age. No, 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 no. It's different because there's a huge fandom for Static Shock. There really is. Like I love Static Shock. Like he's
Yeah.
one of my he represented for us. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for
Right
sure.
on, but he's a great pick. All right, so let me
Nah.
ask you this: who's your second favorite superhero then after Static?
Second, I'm gonna have to probably go Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you had to put the two in the fight, who would win? Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Dang. I don't know. Shock ready for Iron Man.
You gotta remember, Shock has got his ultimate weakness, which is electric. He can fry him out if he's powerful enough. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That'd be a tough one, bro. That'd
Hey,
be a
he's done
tough
some
one.
tough stuff though. He's done some
Hey, I ain't
crazy
gonna
stuff.
lie. Stark coming back from nothing.
Yes, facts. He's got 17,000 suits, and money is his power. I think Static could take him. I honestly think he
You
could.
think you could get him?
I
Yeah,
honestly think he
hey.
could. I think he could overload him, bro. I honestly
Nah.
do.
Nah, that was one of my childhood favorites, man. Static
Yeah,
Shock.
Iron Man, Static.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah, Static was hard. For real.
Okay. Okay.
Real, real.
Okay. Cool. Mine's I am a Green Arrow fan, so I'm a diehard old school like tights, Robin Hood and tights Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Hey, all the
Yeah.
way back. But he's got
What
the
you
old goatee and the feather.
see the latest Superman?
Yes,
What you think
yes.
about it? I
It's
did
great,
too.
man. It's a
That was serious.
fantastic film. It's a great film. If you're a fan of DC, you understand that it's about hope. Like
Yeah,
DC sells hope. That
for
movie
sure.
sells the exact message of what the comic books aim to do is to
For
sell you
sure.
a better day, a better tomorrow, a better hope. So it
For
does a really
sure.
good job. A
So
really
for
good job.
sure.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna wrap mine up. So like you can talk about nerdy stuff, so that makes me happy. All right.
Nah, for sure.
Sometimes I get it like, nah, we don't do superheroes around here. So
Man,
sad,
nah,
but
I'm into that. I'm into Marvel. I love Marvel.
I hear
Jurassic
you.
Parks. I'm an Animal Planet documentary type. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
feel you.
gonna lie. I be
I
chilling.
feel you. All right, so we're gonna
Yeah.
move on to segment 5 now to your personal journey and your leadership, my guy. So you credit your grandmother and your mother for your work ethic. What values from them show up in your business or advocacy work today?
I mean, my grandma, she had me on a paper route, throwing papers probably when I was like 6, 7 years old. So I've been working, not full time, but I've been having to get up like, 4, 5 in the morning to throw papers at a young age. That grew me up real fast. And it gave me a hustle that I don't think a lot of people got. I mean, some people do, but I can go. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler. So with my grandma, it's nonstop. Whatever I need to do, wherever I need to go. You know what I'm saying? For real. With my mom, like I said, it's the leadership and just people being able to like feel that aura when I'm in a room or when my presence, like I got an aura, a positivity that comes out for me. I'm just a real genuine person. You know what I'm saying? Just a real genuine person. And yeah, so I think that's where they show up in my work. My granny, she gave me that grit, that nonstop grind, that like you gotta get up, do whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, like, she got that spirit. You feel me? I got her spirit, for real.
Hey.
Beautiful.
All right, man. So, what does entrepreneurship look like from your lens, not just in business, but as a leader in your community? Then,
Man, entrepreneurship, man, for me, it's just like, just gotta be ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's
you
what
gotta be
I try
strapped
to
in.
do. Like, if I gotta go talk to kids and tell them how they don't need to be smoking before they turn a certain age, like I'm a prime example. If I gotta go talk to adults, like, look, you need to be smoking. You feel me? Like, you need to relax on that. What you on, you need to be doing this. You
I
know
can
what
see
I'm
it
saying?
in the room. Hey, y'all need to chill. Everybody needs a
Yeah,
joint.
yeah, like
Take a
so
hit
so
collectively.
as an entrepreneur, you just gotta be ready, man. And in the community, you lead by example. That's what I in a nutshell, that's what I'm trying to do. For real,
Hey,
lead by example, for real. Okay.
so so you've been pushing the mission this long before legalization came around. What kept you going and when it wasn't profitable or when you wasn't making any money?
And my love for it. I mean that cause for real, like I always think this thought, like, man, I ain't got another make another dime off Pothead Genius and I'll wear it for the rest of my life. You feel me? So I know that belief in it in itself gonna get me places. You feel me? Because I ain't wearing it for nothing else but me. You know what I'm saying? For me and the message that I'm trying to spread. This ain't for nobody to tell me I'm fly. This ain't for nobody to tell me nothing. This is for me believing in something. You know what I'm saying? Something that saved my life and had a positive impact on me. No. And anybody to tell you when you put this pothead on, you gonna get compliments anywhere you go. You gonna stand out. So that's what keep me going, knowing that I created something that I own. You know what I mean? That's mine that the government can't take from me. and you know that the government tried to steer me away from believing in myself. You know what I mean? To believe in what they want me to believe in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's what keep me going. Because I own myself. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's important.
Yeah.
So the Genius Flower Foundation is
Yes.
launching soon.
Yes.
So what's your mission? What is that? What's your mission with the foundation, and what kind of impact do you
So
hope to make?
so basically, the Genius Funds Foundation is something that I came up on my own. You know what I'm saying? So along that path, had a whole group of another individuals, and we formed the Cincinnati Minority Cannabis Group. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Yeah, so we are active. Like I said, our first events this year, we did the risk. We focus on the youth because nobody is talking about the youth. You know what I mean? We our first two events, we focus on the youth. We gave all the parents lock boxes so they can put their weed up. Kids can't get in the weed because a lot of kids are taking the edibles going to school. That's what we dealing with, you know, down here in Cincinnati and probably all throughout Ohio. You know what I'm saying? These kids are self-medicating. So yeah, so I mean, we just really just trying to just, you know, learn how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? We talk to fight, but often we fighting and not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to learn how to play our game, play the game better and use our voices in the most impactful way. So you know, we seem to missing I'm missing with the kids. They have no voice in the cannabis space. You know what I mean? I was once one of those kids. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where we focused at this year, and we just just plan on just being out there, you know, and learning. Because you like you say, cannabis is still a baby in Ohio. You know, it's growing a little bit, but it's still a baby. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. You know, you can't just gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful what you do. You know what I mean? You playing
Yeah,
with billionaires,
Yeah, we
billionaires.
tiptoeing. We
Yeah,
tiptoeing right
yeah.
now.
So you got to be careful.
Mhm.
And I'm just being real because I mean, like I own
no, for
myself, so it's
sure.
like I ain't got no nobody. I ain't got no deals. Ain't nobody can. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
Yeah,
ties or nothing. So I can keep it real. Yeah, for real.
that's a very bold and brave like initiative, especially working with,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Yeah, and we
it's
be
Wait,
getting it
definitely
sponsored,
needed.
you know, and these be sponsored events, you know what I'm saying? These not just things we doing, we getting corporate sponsorship behind this. So we really breaking the stigma, you know what I'm saying? But it's like if we had more support from like the LLCs and different things like that, not to be more like them, but them supporting us to be like us. You feel me? 'Cause
yeah,
we the ones that built the industry. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So and it would just go so much better. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's
They
where I say, as a whole in the industry, you guys already showed there's the love and the care there amongst the people that y'all hang out with anyway. So all you're
Yeah,
really doing is just trying to spread that outside of what y'all have developed already. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's the biggest thing. So yeah, I mean, I wish people would do that more. They would push
Mhm.
more to teach kids, hey, this is when you're not supposed to be doing this. This is how this works,
Man,
and this is how this is not how this functions. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
now they understand that they don't have to be scared of a world that's supposed to be, this big crazy world when they just jump into it. It's just something that is more educational and they can lean into it. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And if it's for them, it's for them. They have the choice. It gives them the free choice to be able to make their minds up about it.
Exactly, man. And I had to educate myself, like one of my fellow members of my nonprofit, you know, her son has his medical card. He's in high school. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And a lot of people don't even know you can do that with your kid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that's available, that you could talk to your medical doctor, you know, doctors like Dr. Bridget, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That can, you know, because some kids may need it, some kids may not. But I mean, you could be dealing with your son picking it up and you not knowing, and then he's a psych case. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
how many of them cases do we want instead of just really breaking the stigma and you like you using this, you don't need to be using this. If you using this how I'm gonna give it to you. This one I'm gonna give it to you because you a kid. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm giving it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real
And see,
currency.
important. Like it's easier for us as adults to kind of talk about that and communicate that,
Yeah,
but like to be able to put that across the spectrum, that's important. You have to be
it's
able to be
important.
transparent, and those walls have to be broken down to be able to be
Yeah,
transparent. Yeah, even with the kids.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They
yeah, I
deserve
feel it.
respect, man. They deserve respect. you know. And I
Okay.
wouldn't know if I didn't go on the journey myself. You know what I'm saying? So, just trying to teach what I'd have been through. For real, for real.
All right, man. So let me ask you this. Looking forward, what's your dream for Pothead Genius in 5 years, man?
Man, you said 5 years from now?
5 years.
Uh 5 years, I'll be big as Gucci. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? For real. That's where it's at.
Hey.
That's where it's at. That's where it's going, for real. That's where it's at. I want to be big as Gucci. I
I
want to
feel
be
you.
the first. I mean, cookies is cool, but it ain't Pothead Genius though. This is more like, it's clean, it's clean, it's elegant, it's different,
Yeah.
So I definitely want to, be big, 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 big. Sky the limit, you know, but big for real. We gonna be big,
Yeah,
for
I
real,
know
for
that's
real.
sure. So if you had the ear of every cannabis entrepreneur in Ohio, what's one piece of advice you would give?
One piece of advice I would give to the entrepreneurs: be patient. I would say be patient because it's growing and it's changing every day in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really got a layout yet. Like they trying to lay it out, and every time they try to lay it out, they just trying to change the law. So,
That's that's
so,
fair.
Yeah,
so
That's a
we
fair
still
point.
at that
It's a
point. Like
fair
we got to
point.
get
Yeah.
past. Like it's the laws, what the laws is. So yeah, just be patient. Like to all the entrepreneurs, and make sure you educate yourself and make sure you follow the law. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Make sure you follow the law, educating yourself. Yeah, it's just cannabis, but we are targeted as cannabis patients. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that legalization would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now that it's legal, you really own me. You know what I'm saying? When it
yeah,
wasn't legal, I didn't even have to worry about this, but yeah. So
yeah.
just make sure you follow the law. Yeah, make sure you follow the law. For real, for real, for real.
So,
Majorly as a entrepreneur.
All right. So last question, last thing. I want you to finish this sentence for me. Being a pothead genius means.
Believing in yourself. For real. Like that's really it. Like that's what it is, because that's what I had to do. Everywhere I looked, they was telling me not to do this. They was telling me I was tripping. Like you get what I'm saying? They was telling me like, nah, bro, you tripping. Why would you put a weed plant on your shirt and wear it? Like, what the fuck? Is you crazy? Like, excuse my language. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like
oh
for
my
real.
goodness,
Like for real. Like that's what I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
hear you.
Mhm.
yeah, like for
Yeah,
real. So, a lot of you tripping to you was right. You know what I'm saying? You was right. You know, I told people like cannabis is gonna be bigger than technology. You know what I'm saying? And my boy, he like, we took offense. I'm like, I'm just telling you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like technology is what technology is, but this is gas, clothes, food. They hiding it right now. They hiding all that right now. We're gonna get to that in a minute. You feel me? Once they get the laws in position, and then it's gonna be the real green rush. You feel me?
yeah,
Right now we at the baby. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
gas, washing
Yeah.
detergent, toilet paper, everything. This everything we talking about. But they couldn't expose that for profit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go too deep, but yeah, for real, man. So believe in yourself. Don't let the government tell you nothing. Go do your own research. Do your own research, man.
There you have it. You have it right there. Pothead genius himself.
For real.
Heard
For
it.
real. For
All
real. I
right.
appreciate
I heard
y'all,
it.
man.
thank
Thank
you.
y'all for having me. This was
Believe
dope.
in yourself. Believe in yourself. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Okay. You
For
really
real.
do. Believe in yourself. If you got a dream, go out here and do it. Believe in
And
yourself.
do it. And do it. You gonna fail. It's gonna get tough. You gonna cry. You gonna blow the bag. You gotta get it back. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
Right.
happen. You gonna fall. You gonna feel like, why am I doing this? Am I a dummy? You feel me? Gotta keep going though. For real. For
Yeah. Well,
real.
this is Ohio TV podcast. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for listening.